Hey there, friends! Have you ever had that moment, late at night, after scrolling through social media for what seems like hours, feeling a bit empty inside? You know, you've seen all those perfect-looking lives. People traveling, partying, and seemingly having the best time. And then you look at your own, and it just doesn't measure up. That's a feeling a lot of us share. We're constantly bombarded with images and stories on social media, and it's making us question our own happiness. So, let's ask the big question. If social media disappeared tomorrow, would we be happier? Let's start with the group we're talking about here. It's all of us, really. People of all ages, from teenagers who've grown up with social media as an integral part of their lives, to adults who use it for work, connection, and entertainment. We're the ones who are constantly exposed to the curated highlights of others' lives. The problem we face is clear. Social media has become a double-edged sword. On one hand, it allows us to connect with friends and family across the globe, share our experiences, and discover new things. But on the other hand, it's causing a lot of distress. We're constantly comparing ourselves to others. We see those filtered photos and carefully crafted captions, and we feel inadequate. There's this pressure to present a perfect image of ourselves too. We worry about the number of likes, comments, and followers we have. It's like we're in a never-ending race for validation. And let's not forget about the time we waste. Hours upon hours are spent scrolling through feeds. Time that could be spent doing things that actually make us happy, like reading a book, going for a walk, or having a face-to-face conversation with a loved one. Now, let's redefine this situation. Our obsession with social media isn't a sign of weakness or shallowness. It's a reflection of our deep-seated human need for connection and belonging. We want to feel part of something, to be seen and heard. Social media just happened to come along and offer a quick fix for that need. But here's the positive perspective. If social media disappeared, it would force us to find more meaningful ways to connect. It would be an opportunity to rediscover the joy of real-life interactions, to look into someone's eyes when we talk to them, and to build relationships based on authenticity. So, what can we do? First, if social media is still around for now, start setting limits. Use apps that track your screen time and set a daily limit for how much time you spend on social media platforms. When you're on social media, be more mindful. Instead of mindlessly scrolling, engage in meaningful conversations. Comment on posts that actually interest you and start a real dialogue. And when you do have free time, replace social media with activities that bring you joy. Maybe it's painting, cooking, or joining a local club. For those who are really struggling with the negative impacts of social media, take a break. Go on a social media detox for a week or a month. It might feel strange at first, but you'll be surprised at how much more time and energy you have. During this break, focus on self-care. Read books about self-improvement or mental health. Journal about your feelings and experiences. This will help you understand yourself better and what you truly want from life. Remember, you are so much more than the number of likes on your posts. Your worth isn't determined by your social media presence. You have unique experiences, talents, and qualities that make you special. If social media disappeared tomorrow, it would be a chance to focus on the real you, to build relationships that are based on who you are, not on a carefully constructed online persona. You have the power to create a life that makes you truly happy, and it doesn't depend on what others are doing on social media. Now, let's look at some psychological theories that back this up. The social comparison theory, proposed by Leon Festinger, states that people have an innate drive to evaluate themselves, often in comparison to others. Social media has amplified this tendency. We're constantly bombarded with images and stories of others, making it easy to feel inferior. But when we step away from this constant comparison, we can start to focus on our own personal growth and happiness. There are also real-life examples that show the positive impact of reducing social media use. Take, for instance, a study done at a university where students were asked to limit their social media use for a month. At the end of the month, they reported feeling less stressed, more focused, and generally happier. They had more time to engage in activities they enjoyed, like sports and music. And they also noticed an improvement in their relationships with friends and family as they were spending more quality time with them. Another aspect to consider is the impact of social media on our mental health. There's a growing body of research that links excessive social media use to depression, anxiety, and low self-esteem. The constant exposure to negative news, cyberbullying, and the pressure to present a perfect image all contribute to these negative feelings. But when we take a step back, we can start to heal. We can focus on the things that bring us joy and fulfillment, and we can build a more positive relationship with ourselves. Let's talk about the different types of social media users and how they might be affected if social media disappeared. There are the curators, those who spend a lot of time crafting the perfect online image. For them, the disappearance of social media might feel like a loss of an outlet for self-expression. But here's the thing. They can redirect that creative energy into other forms of self-expression, like writing, photography, or even interior design. They can showcase their creativity in real-life settings, where the appreciation is more genuine and less about the number of likes. Then there are the lurkers, those who mainly consume content on social media without actively participating. For them, the disappearance of social media might be a wake-up call to start engaging more in the real world. They can join community groups, take up new hobbies, and actually become part of something instead of just observing from the sidelines. And what about the networkers, who use social media for professional purposes? While it might seem like a setback, they can focus on building in-person professional relationships. Attend industry events, join business clubs, and have face-to-face meetings. These real-life connections often lead to more meaningful and long-lasting partnerships. In conclusion, if social media disappeared tomorrow, there's a good chance we would be happier. It would force us to break free from the cycle of comparison, validation seeking, and mindless scrolling. We would have more time and energy to focus on the things that truly matter, like our relationships, our personal growth, and our well-being. But even if social media is still here, we have the power to take control of our use of it. We can set boundaries, be more mindful, and use it in a way that enhances our lives rather than detracts from them. If you like my program, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave a comment. See you next time.